to. I'm going to play this right from the very start of a new game, and just give you a little introduction to the basics of this game. So I'm going to start by setting up a new community. I've got a community there. I will go back to them at another point, but let's start a new community, and I'm going to skip the tutorial. So first, this is a new edition with the latest update. You can choose which of the maps you can play on. So I think, based on this being, I think this Mayor Valley is one of the easier ones to set up, so I'm going to start there. And because I'm a pussy, I'm going to just stick with the standard zone. They've the other new update is they've given you harder and harder difficulties, but I'm just going to stick with the standard zone because just want to sort of talk you through how to play this game, and so I'll just start with the standard zone. So when you get to the setup, you'll have a choice of 3 different characters. You can choose, you can randomly select any 3 you like, and I generally make sure I choose ones based on their skill set. So every character to start with will have 4 basic skills. You see there: cardio, wits, fighting and shooting. Cardio determines their stamina and how fast you can run and how long they can stand fighting. Wits is how you determined by like your searching and sneaking up on enemies, and it gives you bonuses with your carrying capacity and things like that. Fighting is how well you can handle zombie fights, and shooting pretty much speaks for itself, how well you can shoot your enemies down. And then the last skill is this is what really differentiates the different characters. So you've got quite a few skills that you can develop that makes each character different. So see, this guy's got cooking. You can do cooking, gardening, medicine, craftsmanship, mechanics, utilities, and there's one more which I'll probably come to if we keep searching through. So yeah, say there. So mechanics, craftsmanship, medicine, another craftsmanship one, cooking. I've come across that one. Utilities, I've mentioned. Computers, that's the other one. So this each skill set gives you bonuses for your base. So cooking is obviously to do with how well you can organise your food. Mechanics is determines how good you can use your workshop skills. You'll get bonuses with your workshop. You can craft different weapon types and different types of explosives. Computers are to do with how you can upgrade your command center, which gives you bonuses for more outposts, and also bonuses in terms of getting more influence in your game. These are all terms that I'll explain more throughout as we play the game more. I've got cooking. I'll try. Craftsmanship is upgraded by building more things in your base. And that leads to being able to build stronger things, stronger what's the word I'm looking for? You can build stronger facilities in your base, and also you can, depending on which upgrade you go for, you can also build new items to improve your base. Medicine, I think, is one of the most useful skills to have, so I always make sure I have someone with medicine in there. But the higher the medicine skill, that is to do with how quickly your characters can heal when they're back at base and when they're resting. Also gives you good bonuses when you're upgrading the an infirmary in your base, which I'll talk about when I start the game. So I always like to make sure I have at least one character with medicine. I missed out chemistry. Chemistry is good for giving you extra explosives, which will come in handy in different parts of the game. And there's some characters there that have got no skills. That means they've got room to improve. So if you find you have a character, if you find textbooks in the game, again I'll explain them more as we play the game. If you find textbooks, characters with no skill there, they can learn new skills, and then you can make them a lot more useful. And then you get people that have got things that only have 1 star. They get you certain bonuses like improved morale, sort of increased food. I'm still learning all the extra skills, so once I know them all for definite, I will try and give you a run through down of them all. I'm going to keep that medicine guy. I'm going to keep this woman with good mechanics skills, and then oh, actually he's got better medicine, so we will maybe I'll bring him into the group instead. Hairdressing, that's not a useful skill. Let's see if I can get another skill I like to have is the gardening skill, because that gives you more food bonuses if you create a garden. Do you know what? I think a craftsmanship is a good skill to have, so I will start with these guys. So craftsmanship for building, mechanics for workshop, and medicine for healing, and they've all got quite high levels of that to start with, so that gets us off to a good start. So let's start off this game. So you'll start off with an empty car.
And we're empty. Again.
So, whose turn is it to find more fuel?
Not me. Last time I almost walked right into a horde.
I have a better idea. We could settle down here instead of moving on.
I admit it looks better than the last couple of towns we came through.
Now that you mention it, it does feel kind of homey.
It's settled. This town is where we'll set up our new base. We just have to find a spot that's defensible. Maybe with some room to expand.
So conveniently, whenever you start this game, there's always a home base quite near. The first thing you should do when you start this game, though, is check the back of your trunk in your car, because sometimes, not always, you get a can of petrol there, which you can use to refill the car, which is very, very handy. So that means you can drive this back to your new base. And cars come in very handy when you're doing supply runs, and also handy for doing that, running over zombies. Although don't get too cocky with it, because the more zombies you run over, the more damage a car takes. Now, you'll find various different cars throughout playing this game, and some of them have got different strengths and weaknesses when it comes to supply runs or running over zombies and stuff. So this is your first base in Mare Valley.
The sooner I finish this shit, the sooner I get back home.
So with your first initial base, they're all usually always the same layout. First thing you've got to do is clear out the zombies in there. Oh, there's another one. I'll talk more about how you killing zombies. Oh, there's another one. And I think one of the other roomies has taken out one of the other zombies up here.
Smell the rotten fuckers.
Yep. Well, maybe you shouldn't be farting then. So where's this other one? Oh, there it is. There. Where are you? Okay, it says. Oh, there it is.
More brainless. Every direction.
No, just let him.
Yeah, this
Just
will
let him.
work.
Yep.
Let's claim this shit pile and move in pronto.
It's not a bad idea.
So I'm going to claim this house. You do that by going to this bit here, the bit that's got the white flag on it. Press Y, go to it, and then claim the home site. And there you go, your first base. So,
Already has to be gathering materials. We'll need them to
so-
improve this place.
no matter what,
Hey, if you're bored, how about you go scout out a place for us?
so no matter what map you pick, the base. Oh, I can hear a zombie. Oh, the other guys have got this under control. So yeah. So every initial base that you start with in each map has always got the same layout. It's got a storeroom and a kitchen, a command center. Every area, every base that you pick has always got a command center. But there's always, I'm going to start, there's always 3 areas to expand, here, here and here. This one's trash, but you can clear it out. That only takes 50 seconds. So while they're clearing that, I'm going to send this guy off on his first mission. So this always starts, the first mission always starts by finding the nearest sort of communication tower, and conveniently it's always quite a high, tall ladder, so you can run up and scope out the area, so you can sort of get your bearings in each map, but always make sure you keep an eye out for the zombies. And oh, this one saw me, so I'm not going to get to sneak that one. But I'll talk more about killing the zombies later, but in the meantime let's just carry on with the game. So yep, you saw up there the trash has been cleared, so that's the first thing on the base done. Now while it's quiet, I'm just going to go back to the base screen, and the next thing I'm going to do, repair this, the master bedroom. When you repair that, it gives you more beds. I'll talk about the beds in a sec, but
This place is full of crap.
let's just climb up to the top of this ladder. Oh, pretty sure you don't want to be spending this looking at his arse. So climb up to the top of this ladder, and sometimes with these there's
Man, I'm out of gas.
a little box there. Usually there's a box there. Yeah, surveying, yeah. Usually there's a box there with something in it that you can search in, but this one's obviously empty. So first thing, press the LT button, the left trigger, and then start,
That shit heap might still work.
and then just put that circle over the bits with the question mark, and that marks these areas
Guys,
on your map.
Things are looking good so far over here.
That's great.
You see that red thing, that's a plague heart. I'll talk more about that in another video when I try and take one down. But in your initial, what you're looking for here, well, obviously just scope the
Place could
area
make a
out,
great outpost.
mark certain areas on your map, so that you can go in and have a look at them later, and you might find lots of nice supplies and nice items. So just carry on filling up the map here with all these question marks. So it gives you an idea of what's around here, and where you can go to look for certain items. Yeah. Now after this we're going to be looking for materials. The best place to look for materials is in people's in sheds and garages, or garages if you're American. But oh, there's a box to scope out, so I'll just quickly search that. Might be, you never know, there might be a rucksack of materials.
Better than nothing.
Oh, there's something. Some fireworks which you can use as a decoy for if you're taking on a horde of zombies. Use that to distract them so you can take them down. And there's some spare parts which that's important for when you build the workshop. I will talk more in more detail about these buildings in a sec, but in the meantime let's just try and search these areas, try and get some items to start us off. And the first thing you want to look for is a rucksack of materials so that you can start building facilities for your base. Ooh, another gas can. For the basics of your survival in State of Decay,
Just what the doctor ordered.
oh, Molotov cocktail. Oh, that's handy. Roll of toilet paper, because that you can use that to exchange for more influence. I'll come to that in another video. But there's 5 basic needs for your base.
Just what I was looking for.
Ah, there we go.
I didn't
Material.
want to rush it, but I'm done now.
So
Shit.
I'm just going to run this home, and then I will stop this broadcast and get ready to set up another one. And oh, that's that red thing there. That's a plague zombie. I'll talk about that in the next video. But in the meantime, just going to sneak up on these things, kill them stealthily. Now, the more you sneak attack your zombies, the more it will increase your wits stat. Or alternatively, you can rush in and fight them. That will increase your fighting stat. Only thing to watch with that is the more you attack, the more you will wear down your melee weapon. So I'm going to drop this material sack up to the. This is the storage area.
It's time to get
So there we
building.
go.
Either a workshop or an infirmary would be a good place to start.
And I'm going to start. So we've got 3 places here, and this one I'm going to start by building an infirmary. Now, every base, I think an infirmary is the most important thing to have, because that heals your. Because that's how you heal your teammates when they're resting in between sort of scavenging hunts.
Hey folks, time to give your neighbor a hand.
Oh right,
Or
that's
two.
Don't
So
get
that's-
antsy. I'm coming to you.
my first.
The best.
So your first mission after getting your materials is generally one to go and retrieve plague samples. Remember those plagues? That red zombie I was telling you about, that's a plague zombie. Sometimes when you kill them, they drop plague samples which you need for curing the blood plague, and I'm going to talk about that in the next video. But in the meantime, I'm going to end this video here. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again for the next video. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.